10 stereotypical rich people's items that you should avoid wearing at the same time. And I'm saying at the same time because I am not claiming that you should not wear any of these items at all. No, ladies. There is nothing wrong wearing the items that I'm about to present to you, but please be mindful how many of them you wear at the same time. Because ladies, what happens when you wear too many of these items is that you're gonna end up looking like a stereotype. And stereotype appearance is never fun because then it looks like you lack style. And on this channel, we want to develop our style, a style that represents who we are, but also a style that is aligned with our unique self. Let's dive straight into the items. Item number 1. Blinged luxury watches. Like we're talking encrusted Rolexes, encrusted AP watches, Patek Philippe, Hublot, etc. Now ladies, anything that's overall too sparkly, too many diamonds, too much bling is of course considered quite showy. And for some, this is what they associate rich people with. So unfortunately, this has become a little bit like a stereotype of a rich person. And I want you to be a little bit mindful that I don't think if you are looking to evolve your style, that that's going to be an item that necessarily going to bind your style together. Item number 2. Wearing a t-shirt or a top that has the print of the designer label in front. Now, what happened with the designer label, being hidden back there? I don't know, ladies. For some reason, for some garments, it has now moved to the front, almost like a clear statement or even, I don't know, a free promotion for the designer somehow. When I see garments like this, I tend to think of, someone pulling out a megaphone and be like, "This is Balmain. This is Gucci." You see, that's kind of what I think when I see these type of tops or t-shirts. But unfortunately, garments like this have become a little bit of a stereotype, of the rich person. Now, it might be hard to understand what to wear sometimes, and for this reason, I have developed a quiz for you, where you can actually understand a little bit better what kind of style you have. So if you go to stylepersonalityquiz.com and take this little quiz, you're gonna find out how you should style yourself according to your own personality to bring out your own uniqueness. So visit stylepersonalityquiz.com and take this quiz. It's absolutely free. Point number 3. The Cartier love bracelet. Ladies, what was once a romantic gift your partner would have given you to show his eternal love for you when he would, lock his love on your wrist, unfortunately now has become a rich person's status symbol. This item has been overly used and maybe not in the way it was once created for. Now ladies, remember what I said, you can still wear the items that I'm presenting to you. I'm still gonna wear my love lock. Means something to me, but you of course need to be cautious of how you wear it, etc. But we're going to talk more about it as we go through the rest of the items. Number 4, most designer handbags where you have obvious logos. Now, my favorite designer handbags have always been the ones where the logo has minimal visibility. And actually, here I'm going to show you. Here you see my favorite everyday bag, which is a Saint Laurent Sac de Jour bag. Now here you can barely see the logo, which is why I do like this bag so much, but of course also for other reasons. Now I want you to know, ladies, that this is actually a bag that I'm currently going to give away to one of you. In order to get this bag, you need to go to annabaysurvey.com and fill in a little survey, and then you might be the lucky person who might get this fantastic bag. I have one myself. I love it so much. Now, please, ladies, understand, I'm not against wearing designer handbags. It's about that there are some bags where you have, the monogram logos all over it, or you have maybe the brand name very visible somehow, or the brand logo incredibly visible. And I just think that in situations like when you're wearing a bag like that, please, by all means, wear them. But think about it this way. It might be a little bit too much to wear this bag together with, 5 other very typical items. It might just feel like there's overuse of logos, of designer brands, of too much of everything in that sense. Item number 5. Now let's talk about the Balmain blazer, because when the Balmain blazer came out, it was, I don't know how many years ago now, it was really hip and trendy and it was worn by many ladies. And the Balmain blazer became almost like a classic for the brand, so you can still buy it in store. However, it kind of became a little bit outdated and it carries the signature that most people know it's a Balmain blazer. And for this reason, it made it on today's list because it's a little bit dated and it's just a little bit too stereotypical for what it is. Now, you know, the same actually goes for number 6, the Loro Piana open walk shoes. Now, they have been so incredibly popular with the rich and with the affluent in the last, I would say, I don't know, 5 years or so. So for this reason, because they were so overly used, they became, you know, a stereotypical rich person's item, simply because they were overconsumed by the rich. You could see any high status person wear them and it became just a little bit too much. And sometimes this happens with certain items, and when it does, then maybe you should be a little bit careful on how you wear it, or even if you wear it, in order not to look like a stereotype yourself. Number 7. Fur coats and fur gilets. Now, they are very much associated with the cartoon character of a rich person. They always tend to wear, the fur and look so extravagant and a little bit over the top almost. So for this reason, the fur coat and the fur gilet has that association, and I don't necessarily think it has it in a positive way. Now, I would really advise you not to wear one at all, because we are moving in anti-fur times. More and more brands are stopping to produce furs of this kind because it's simply unethical and it's a really cruel industry. So please don't go in that direction. I would say altogether just don't wear the fur gilet, the fur coat at all if you want to be more ethical. Number 8. The monogram scarf, most likely made by Gucci or by Louis Vuitton or some other brand that likes to use monogram prints. I think there are different levels to the monogram scarves, because you have the ones where the monogram is really obvious, and then you have the ones that are a little bit more discreet. You ladies can make up your own mind what's the logo threshold for you and your style. Because of course, people wear logos differently. There is no just one set formula of what is okay and what's not. I think it all depends how you combine your logos. When it becomes too many logos on a person, ladies, that does not look good, because then it looks like you're walking billboard for logos, right? And again, if we tie it together with us developing style, then it kind of looks like we don't have a style. Now, the similar tone is actually going to go on to number 9, because we need to talk about belts. And I do believe that there are designer belts where the logo of the belt may carry the branding of the designer label in a way that feels okay, but sometimes it just feels a bit too much. So as an example, I think like the Hermes Kelly belt, beautiful. I think it falls under that category where it feels like it's not so much in your face. The same goes for the Christian Dior belt with the little CD. I personally think that's a little bit more subtle, because it's not as much in your face as certain other, belts where, let's say it's the Gucci belt, where you have the very typical Gucci logo. You also oftentimes have it in a quite a large size. The buckle I'm talking about. And the same goes for the Louis Vuitton belt. The LV logo that we are all so familiar with by now. That feels too much to wear sometimes. But of course, let's say if you just wear that Louis Vuitton belt and that's it, that's everything in your entire look, and everything else is very discreet, very subtle, then why not? You can wear it like that. Remember what I said, it's how you tie everything together. Now last, but unfortunately on this list, the Alhambra collection from Van Cleef is incredibly popular. You have this style in necklaces, in bracelets, in earrings, and because it's so incredibly well known, it has a very typical characteristic to it, and it has also been very much overly used. But again, it's up to you how you want to wear it, how you combine it with other things, and how the rest of your outfit looks like. Sometimes you can make things work, sometimes it won't work. It really all depends on your own styling. Let me tell you one thing. You can wear whatever you want from this list, and you can wear it with pride. But I don't think, the best thing would be for you to, put on your Loro Piana open walk shoes, put on your fur gilet, add your little Birkin bag, your Cartier Love bracelet, and your encrusted AP watch. And then you're also wearing, your Balmain t-shirt under your Balmain blazer, together with your monogram scarf and your Gucci belt. And then you leave your home. Now, ladies, that's all I'm trying to say. Sometimes it just becomes too much. Focus on developing your own style instead of relying on designer items to give you style. Now, don't forget to find out what's your style by going to stylepersonalityquiz.com. Now, in my next video, 10 things that tell your new money, we're gonna go more on the subject that really gives away when someone is a little bit over stereotype. I will see you in that video.